Shalom. Let's start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, or Kach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta, and I've got this article pulled up. It's from Daily Galaxy, which is off of MSN.com. Came out 3 weeks ago, and it says Bill Gates declares the end of the smartphone era and unveils its surprising replacement. And it's crazy that normal people out there are still trusting this guy and really anyone of his ilk, because we saw what happened during 2020 and they were totally wrong. People died from that, not from the reasoning in which they gave for locking down the world. They died from what these people pushed. And Billy G was one of those people that pushed a very harmful substance to people. And now he's trying to push something else that's extremely harmful. Because Billy G is of the nation of Edom. He is of that wicked seed that has power within this earth right now. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. That is the wicked. So-called white people, including the small hatters, are that crooked thing that the Lord created. They are the wicked that the Lord created, all on the left-hand side, and they're currently in power, leading the world into destruction. So don't listen to guys like this, but we need to listen to what they have to say, because you need to know your enemy. And these are enemies to all of humanity, to the Lord, and to Yahweh Shai, to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But getting into this article, it says, in a bold prediction that makes waves across the tech world, Microsoft founder Billy G has suggested that smartphones could soon be obsolete, replaced by an entirely new kind of technology. Forget everything you know about handheld devices. Hates envisions a future where electronic tattoos become the new norm. And electronic tattoos, that's really just going into gradualism. You could think of the banking card, your credit card, your debit card, how it's always been swipe it, swipe it, swipe it, swipe it. Even if you're talking about a card nowadays, you do the swiping motion, because that's what it's always been. But then they came out with chips to put into it, in which you inserted the end of the card into a device for it to read. And then not long after that, it transitioned into just tapping that chip. And you just tap, tap, tap. And that is eventually going to evolve into tapping maybe one of these electronic tattoos, but overall to the inserted device, the RFID micro C-hip, which will be inside of you. It's all gradual steps. It makes people not worry about it, because it's such small steps at little times, until eventually a huge leap has been overtaken. But this is all gradualism. It says the decline in the water Yahweh Bashem Shai for making us not ignorant of Satan's devices. That's one of Satan's children right there, Billy G or Bill Hates. But it says the decline of smartphones. Smartphones have been an indispensable part of our lives for over a decade. From checking emails to scrolling through social media and navigating our daily routines, these devices have shaped how we interact with the world. But Hates believes the era is nearing its end. According to Medium, Hates points to electronic tattoos developed by Chaotic Moon and later acquired by Accenture as the next big leap in personal technology. Instead of holding a phone in our hands, these tattoos could allow us to communicate, access the internet, and even monitor our health, all without a screen in sight. And you forgot to mention buy or sell, if that's even a part of it. because it could just get completely to the insertion. It says the key advantage, these tattoos are integrated into the body. And that's key because they want to have a digital age. That's what they're pushing. That's what they want their NWO to be, this fourth industrial revolution, this technocracy that they want to bring. But it says these tattoos are integrated into the body. Imagine having a device embedded in your skin. And I have imagined that, and I hate it. I hate the idea of it. Like, ugh, it's nasty. That lets you interact with the world through simple gestures or touch. It's sleek, unobtrusive, and possibly more intuitive than anything we've seen so far. The tattoos are powered by tiny nanocapacitors, and they don't require bulky batteries or displays, making them a far more subtle alternative to today's mobile devices. How do these tattoos work? You might be wondering, what exactly are electronic tattoos? Well, think of them as a temporary skin application that use smart ink filled with nanocapacitors. These tattoos can communicate with surrounding devices, letting you do things like send messages, browse the web, or even unlock doors, all with a simple swipe or gesture. And you think of it, they're saying temporary, but what's to keep them from injecting this smart ink directly into you? I guess it would still need these nanocapacitors for it to be powered. But, things evolve. So you could see that possibly. But since beyond the communication, these tattoos could also monitor vital signs like your heart rate, body temperature, and with things like that, who's to say it's not just monitoring, but could also alter your heart rate or your body temperature, or even just shut off your heart altogether. And this doesn't even detect potential health issues before they become serious. They are, in essence, a health tracker and a communication tool rolled into one. And that's a route that these devils are going to go with trying to get you to insert the digital micro C-hip or the MOTB. They're going to make it seem like it's to your benefit, when overall that's the one thing that you can't do that, or the Lord's going to leave you here. That is, if you are an Israelite of the elect, or you're not of the elect if you're taking that. But these other nations, feel free to take it. If you have a small inkling in your spirit to not take it, do not take it, because you could possibly be of the elect. And if you take that, you will not be. You're shutting yourself out of that. You're basically self-deleting to take it, to take the MOTB when it is out mandatory, or whenever it's out, when it's actually the MOTB, because it's other devices like a pacemaker or something. You can't tell somebody to not do that. They need that to live. But this actual device to buy and sell that will be inserted into people, yeah, you can't take that. Since they are, in essence, a health tracker and a communication tool rolled into one. And the best part, they're invisible, meaning no more holding a phone or carrying a bulky device around. And so it's also going to seem not just beneficial to your health and to your life, it's going to seem it's going to be the trendy thing to use as well. It's going to make so much sense to just have this instead of having to keep up with a phone and with your keys and with a wallet. They're gonna make this seem really nice to have. It says it's a seamless experience where technology becomes a part of you, not something you carry. The big questions: privacy, security, and ethics. As exciting as this sounds, it raises some serious questions about privacy. These tattoos would collect an immense amounts of personal data, from your location to your health metrics. Who owns this data? How do we ensure it's protected? These are the kinds of ethical dilemmas that are bound to crop up as we move closer to this kind of technology. Moreover, imagine the security risk. With biometric data stored in your skin, who could Could someone hack into your tattoo or steal your identity in new and more dangerous ways? Digital security could take on a whole new meaning as cyber criminals may look for ways to exploit this deeply integrated tech. Still, there are undeniable advantages. The tattoos could replace the need for passwords, credit cards, see, there's that buying and selling, or even physical keys. In theory, they could provide a level of security that's far more robust than anything we have today, thanks to their biometric uniqueness. And then, here's the last little bit. A revolution in wellness. Another fascinating aspect of electronic tattoos is their potential to change how we think about health and wellness. The ability to monitor health rate, sleep patterns, and other critical health markers continuously could help us catch potential health issues before they become urgent. In a world where wellness tech is rapidly evolving, these tattoos could provide more accurate, real-time health data than any current wearable. If you want to do something for health, stop feeding us and making us all these GMO foods Bill hates. Do something about that, the food supply, but they won't because they want control and they want to destroy Jacob. It says, which Jacob's the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as are scattered, anyone that comes from that seed through the lineage of their fathers. It says, but there's also this social impact to consider. If these tattoos become mainstream, it could mean the end of screen addiction. Without the constant distraction of staring at a smartphone screen, we might experience a more focused, less fragmented interaction with technology. This shift could fundamentally alter our social behavior and even how we relate to one another. However, this also brings up another issue, the social divide. How accessible would this technology be? If only certain groups have access to it, the digital divide could become even more pronounced. And ultimately, which I was planning on starting out at Habakkuk, but let's go straight to Revelation because it talked about the social divide and how maybe the haves have it and the have-nots do not have it. But we'll come here to Revelation 13 and 16 to answer that question, because maybe with the tattoos it's not everybody, but eventually the MOTB is going to go to all, as it says here, Revelation 13 and 16. And he calleth all, everybody, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And so I was saying earlier that electronic tattoos really just gradualism. It's just one step, another step on the way to inserting this mark into people. We see it on the brain front with Elon's company and the other companies that are trying to do this, like Neuralink and all the other companies that are doing it. But we're also seeing it on the hand front for people that don't have neurological issues or debilitations that need to get fixed with their Neuralink. Just for your regular people, it's just going to go in your hand to buy and sell, to participate in this society. And they want all, so there won't be a social divide. At least with that, they want to give it to all, rich and poor. In verse 17, it says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You cannot take that device under any circumstance. Those electronic tattoos are not it. That's not inserted into the body, but what comes after. That's when it's inserted into your body and it's required to buy and sell. That's it. You can't have it. Habakkuk 2 and verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. You should be able to see that this is all evolving into inserting something into your hand or into your forehead for you to participate in this society. You should be able to see it at this point. It's plain. Scriptures are plain. It tells you what it is. And once you got it, you got to teach it as well. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. It is speaking. All the prophecies are speaking. They're not lying. And the ultimate prophecy, the MOTB, or really, Salakia, the ultimate prophecy is Yahushua returning. But another great prophecy is that of the MOTB. And it's not lying, it's speaking right now. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. The day is coming where they're going to try to mandatorily make you put a device into your body. An RFID micro C-hip. They're going to try to put that in. It's going to come. We're at the end. None of this is lying. These prophecies are speaking. Got to see it. Don't take it. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, or Kach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.